All right. Shalom, Israel. We'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash, the B'wanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like up there, doing his regular faith and labor of love, true sincerity. We're just going in the spirit today, and the topic or the title is going to be everything is in divine order, and that's just based upon everything within the world, and what Esau's doing in these modern day times, the outrage of Jake, so on and so forth, because so many people just don't realize why these things are happening, in this modern day era in which we live in, so with that, grab that up.
Isaiah 42 and 8, it says, I am the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images.
Right, because, everything that Esau's doing, he feels as though he's removing, the Most High from the minds of the people. But the scripture says that he would deceive the very elect, if it were possible, So there's nothing that Esau can do to completely erase the Most High from our memory banks, man, especially when it comes to those of his chosen. And hopefully we're some of those men, So go ahead.
It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right, so former things have come to pass. The things of the scriptures that the Most High relayed unto the people to say that they were going to happen, they happen. Now there's new things that have been declared, which are playing out within this modern day time. And when we tell people, they just can't see it, or they can see it, but they still want to go their own way about certain things. Well, yeah, I can definitely see that, and it's definitely happening. But, I just personally think, nah, it's the hell with what you personally think. What's right here before you, man? We letting the people know everything that's happening is according to prophecy. Everything that's happening is because the Most High, Yahweh, and his son, Yahushai, have laid it all down out here for us, man. There's nothing you can do within a society that's going to upset or affect privacy in any sort of way. It's already written, plain as day. We gotta go through all of this stuff that's coming down the pipeline, man. The stuff that we seeing now, the outrage of the people and the looting and the cops killing Jake. So this is all a part, of the Most High's movie, man. It's all a part of his theater, because that's what Esau gets the word from, theater. Was it theos or theon, meaning God? And when you break the whole word down, it's like theater means what? The view of God. You know what I'm saying? So this is just the Most High's movie that's just playing out right before us,
And going into the name of this video, the word divine from the late 14th century, pertaining to, of the nature of, or proceeding from God, or a God addressing to God. From Old French divine, from Latin divinus, of a God, from divus, of or belonging to a God, inspired, prophetic. That goes into prophetic, basically goes into the word something that was said before.
Yeah.
And now a lot of the prophecies that's written of in the Old Testament are now playing out.
Yeah.
It says related to Deus, God, deity, divine. It says du, to shine, and derivative, sky, heaven, power.
Hey, because what? Something that's divine is shining through everything else, man. That's why this is the truth, and it's being laid out here in the valley of the shadow of death. Matter of fact, can you give me Job real quick? Job, I believe it's Job 10. It's either 10 and 22 or 12 and 22. I think it's in both. But read it real quick.
It says Job 10 and 22. It says a land of darkness as darkness itself.
And that's what? That's America. This is a land of darkness as darkness itself, because Esau is not trying to allow no truth to be said here. That's why everything that he pumps is full of lies, But it's in the Most High's order that his truth shall spring forth out of the earth, and it's coming through us, So go ahead.
As darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
Exactly. This place is a place without order. This place is a place without order. And as the light, we're as of darkness, because we try to tell people the truth about things, and they looking at it, nigga, you just as lost as I am, just for the fact that what? We don't have the substance that Esau has. We're not the current kings of the society, so to speak. So they take things as to be in a wrong manner. But go to the other one in Job 12 and 22.
This is Job 12 and 22. He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth out to light the shadow of death.
Exactly, and that's what we're doing here within America. You know, the Lord put the Spirit upon us, you know, to bring out the things that's hidden within the shadows of America and bring into light the shadow of death that is America. So when your pastor or whoever is reading that Psalms 23 over a corpse that's laying in the casket, when they talking about, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that's talking about America, man. That is this place. And that's what, like, once again, going to the title of the lesson, everything is in divine order. It was in the Most High's divine order for us to come into captivity and to still be slaves according to this day, as it says in Baruch 3 and 8. But we just slaves, obviously, in a modern day form, man. You know, they trying to trap your mind up. That's why they trying to get us caught up with the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, to be able to control us mentally, be able to control us on all sorts of levels, physically, emotionally, everything, man. You know, it's just a different form, and mainly by the monetary. You know what I'm saying? Before, it was just hardcore bondage, but that has truly transformed itself into modern day slavery, which we all know. You know, there's more now. That was it. That was it, right?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Exactly, because what? This is the Lord's counsel. For Jake to be getting gunned down in the streets, you know, for the whole thing, putting the knee on it, that this is a part of the Most High's divine order. Why? Because he has to stir up that spirit in Jake. The scriptures say, who shall rise him up? And it's the Lord putting the spirit on these Jakes to want to get riled up so that America's birth pains can hit an all-time high, man. You know, hey, going through all these birth pains with America, you know, just like with a woman having contractions, you dilate it a certain amount of centimeters, this amount of centimeters, you're going through them heavy contractions, and to that point where it's ready to give birth, man. You know?
And actually, I go back into, you just quoted Genesis 49, which I'll start at the top. And it says that Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days.
And during this time, not during the end of their lives, but the last days, which we're in right now.
Skipping down to verse 8, it says, Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art going up. He stooped down, he coucheth as a lion, and as a old lion, who shall rouse him up?
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. So now we're in the last days, you know, and before, you got to think about it. They, you know, you know, Jacob's sons, he didn't understand what he was talking about because it wasn't time for that to be revealed.
Exactly.
But as the scriptures say, that is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, because everything is revealed.
Exactly.
You know, even Esau in this show I watched called Billionaires, this guy, he was basically, you know, teaching his colleague or whatever, and he was telling her how to hunt, and he was saying the best way to hunt, you know, catch a prey is give it time. You know, so now the Most High is you know, through time, now everything's being revealed.
Yeah. So what the Most High is rousing up that spirit, you know, amongst our people, and said, what? Judah's lion's whelp, thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies, man. This is what the Lord was talking about. You know, when Esau's doing something and Jake is coming up, Jake is right there, you know, trying to figure things out or try to defend themselves in some sort of way. And all this rioting and stuff is proof of that, man. You know, but the thing with Jake is they think that that's the ultimate way to go. Yeah, that's the way to go as far as prophecy, because a lot of you niggas are meant to be put to death. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you are meant to die for no reason, because a lot of you are living for no reason. You playing your role as an extra, man. You know, we lucky to have the positions that we have within the truth, and hopefully we're chosen, you know what I'm saying? But we're playing our role as well, man. But a lot of you are born for nothing, man, straight up and down, you know?
It says, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. And even when you look at, you know, from, you know, the time difference between when Jacob actually said this and then when Yahushua came on the scene, you know, you're talking about 700 plus years, man. No more than that. You know, but it was time for that to happen. And through Yahushua, all right, he died, and it's going to be time for him to come back. You know, so everything is becoming manifest. The chip is being manifest. The words of which we're saying, you know, hey, right now we really, you know, a lot of times brothers just do lessons. You just put up a lesson based upon a video, you know, you're seeing. Just put the video, put a scripture, and there you go. You know?
All right, real quick. You can break this down if you want. So, Isaiah 34 and 16, it says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them."
Right, because we're the only ones that see what's going on. Everybody else is trying to look for a different avenue. You know, maybe if you do this, it'll change, or, you know what I'm saying, maybe if you do that, we'll get more result. No, the scripture just told you, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. You know, the instructions was always there. You just chose not to read them. You know, now you're trying to figure out, well, I'm gonna do this my way, and hopefully, you know, it'll come out the way I want it. No, that's not how it works. You know, there's a picture. You know, when you put together a bookshelf, there's a picture in the front. All right, this is how we want you to do it. All right, and then if that's not too clear, there's instructions. All right, this step A, step B, step C. All right, you follow it, and this is how you know, this world is prepared based off of the scriptures. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, just another one to land back over Ecclesiasticus 24 and 32. "I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, and leave it to all ages forever." You know, so when it's talking about that, and the Lord leaving out doctrine as prophecy and leaving it to all ages, that's all different time periods of the world, and that still applies to this time. But a lot of people think that biblical times or prophetic times pertain to way back when. No, it's still very much alive to this day. It's just that the Lord not speaking in the old fashioned of how he used to speak, as far as the Lord actually, you know what I'm saying, coming down and speaking. No, he left us the scriptures, which is the record that we're supposed to follow, and was supposed to, in the comfort of, to lead us forward, you know what I'm saying, to these end days, you know, so that we can be able to inherit salvation, so that we can strive, you know, for the best within his truth, and to endure all things that Esau is about to bring upon us, man. You know, so everything being in divine order, meaning that everything is under the Most High's control. Nothing is of free will. Nothing is of any just, you know, coincidence. Yeah, thank you, Thwada. Yeah, nothing is just of coincidence. It's happening exactly how it meant to happen. Like you watched the movie Pulp Fiction. You know what I'm saying? And it's the scene where John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, they're in a house, and they, you know, hitting up them guys for the money or the briefcase or whatever the case may be. And then, you know, dude comes storming out of the bathroom, and he got a revolver, and he blasts 6 shots at Samuel L. Jackson. And all of them miss him, and they at point blank range. And Samuel L. Jackson, after the whole scenario happened, you know, they wound up killing the dude. But Samuel L. Jackson trying to get John Travolta to realize, he's like, what you just witnessed here was a fucking miracle. He's like, I need you to recognize this, damn it. That was divine intervention. He's like, do you know what divine intervention is? He's like, yeah, it means God came down and stopped the bullets. He's like, yeah, you goddamn right. God came down here and stopped these motherfucking bullets. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everything is divine. Everything. The Most High has his hand in all things that's happening, man. You know, we talk about what a car accident can happen. You know what I'm saying? Or a baby dying or whatever. Everything is under the Most High's control. There's nothing within this world that the Most High don't have control of, man. People thinking that spiritual demon Satan is just running rampant, doing whatever you're going to do. It's just going to be this ultimate war because Satan is rebelling against the Most High. He only following orders, man. Just how you follow orders at your job or whatever the case is, the spiritual demon Satan, along with Esau, they only following orders, man. And that's it. Because they've been programmed to do such, you know? That's all.
Yeah, I just want to finish this off in Isaiah 46. In verse 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
So this is the most high's pleasure, man. You know, it's the most high's pleasure to see his plans goes through. If you at a construction site or whatever the case may be, you got plans. You watching your workers, you know, in this case, the most high's workers, you know, the angels and us being in the physical form on the earth, we working the most high's plan. And when you seeing that plan come together, you're going to be happy that your plan went through as you planned it out to be. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your plan that you created. And so that's how it is with the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
There's even a scripture I was going to find that says, I sent you out with heaviness, but I will receive you with joy and gladness. You know, so the plan really is to build us up, you know, for us to appreciate the Lord, and at the same time, you know, make it justified for him to put a foot in Esau's ass. You know, that's the plan. Plain and simple. That's the plan. You know.
Yeah. I got another one right here. It's Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 7, and I started verse 16. It says, actually, let me start at verse 15. God hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me. Well, because everybody is given a portion of something. Everybody is given a role. You know what I'm saying? It's just that most people don't know what their role is, but we well aware of what our role is within this truth, because that's one of the biggest things. You get into a body part or specific camp, or whether the Lord have you by yourself, and you get to learn your role, just like how you will learn your role on a basketball team or anything, except, you know, we team Yahweh Shemi Awashah, you know, the greatest team in the world to be on. You know what I'm saying? Because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise. For in his hand are both we and our works, and wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. So if we and our works are in the Lord's hand, that lets you know that he has control over it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is in divine order. And the title itself, like a older woman told me that, you know what I'm saying, like a while back, and I'm like, damn, yo, that's spiritual like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like that everything. We know that, but it's like when certain things hit you a certain way, you really feel it that much more. You know what I'm saying? But verse 17, for he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the position of stars, the natures of living creatures, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants, and the virtues of roots, and all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know.
And it's how we can so boldly measure these times, because to be able to measure something, you have to have something to compare it to. You know, and as men of the Lord, the scriptures say the Lord is a power of knowledge. He said, blessed are those that read it. And when we read, all right, to build our knowledge on our ways of the Heavenly Father, we look at history and compare it to what's happening now. All right, war happened. What happens during war? Women are raped. All right, men are sent out to war, put to death. People are starved out. These are the things that's happening. These are the things that we see that's happening. Okay.
Yeah, going on a little more. Verse 22, for wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me, for in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be lettered, ready to do good, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and go through all understanding, pure, most subtle spirits. So that says a lot right there of what wisdom really is, and what is wisdom, right? Verse 24, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness, for she is a breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty, therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. You know, so by the Most High creating this world and everything that's within it, the signs of the times and the things in which we're going through now, that lets you know his vibration is through everything. That's why they say what's the word, omnipotent, or the omnipotent or something like that, right. Or is that the word? It was another one. It's another word, but basically that means that I think it's another word that basically means that he's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It begins with a something. I can't think of the word right now, Slakia, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that might be it. Omnipresent. You know what I'm saying? It means like all bearing, or just being everywhere or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what wisdom is. That's what the Most High is. And you can't deny, you know, how many people may want to, but you can't deny the fact that these prophecies are real. They're happening in real time. We can see them right before us. There's nothing that our people think they're going to do, you know, whether it's going up against a so-called white man, you know what I'm saying, trying to upset prophecy or thinking that we can actually take some power back. We have no power here within the society except for the power that the Most High Yahweh Shai gave us, and that's only to teach the word and to do our best, you know, and strive for perfection and to endure to the end. You know what I'm saying? You had anything else?
I was trying to find a precept.
Okay. Yeah, if you ain't got nothing, wrap it on up.
Con. I know before I later watch.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, you know, we just wanted to touch on that, you know, because everything definitely is within divine order. You know, everything is, you know, in reference to the Most High's timeline, how he wants things to go. And, you know, Jake just being mad out here. And obviously, we all feel, you're going to feel some type of frustration. Nobody wants to see their people and stuff getting killed. But at the end of the day, we got to be spiritual about this thing. We have a different level of understanding. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick before we wrap it up. That's we know that's the most important thing. You know, real quick. This is Proverbs. I'm turning it off slow. All right, Proverbs 4 and start at verse 5. It says, "Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding." You know, so that's the whole point of the matter, is the wisdom and the understanding that people missing, and that all comes from the glory of the Most High Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. And without that, you don't stand a chance. We don't stand a chance, because he put everything in motion. He's gearing everything up, and he's the only one that can see us out of this turmoil, man. You know. So with that, you know, we hope this segment was edifying, and we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and shalom to like out there, doing his work of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom, Akim.